Okay, I'm trying to make a front winch bumper for this thing. I just bought this little 4.5 ton. It's like an ATV winch. It's only tiny, but see how it goes, and if I need to upgrade, I'll get something a bit. What I did, I made a little bodgy template. What I plan to do is use this as also as a shackle point. So cut a hole out of this. I transfer, so sort of I'm still figuring out what I'm going to do. If I had a plasma cutter, it would have been a lot better, but I just use the hole saw that I've got, cut out of there and just grinded it. I also extended the chassis rails a little bit, so it gives me a bit more to bolt onto, and I'm also probably going to do a rear up front suspension a bit later on, so it gives me something to weld the plate onto and brace it a bit later. But that's for later. But I've got this now. I've made 2 of them, as you can see. I'm just trying to figure out what I'm going to do. What I've done is I've got this plate here. This is going to be the plate that's mounted. That's 12mm. This is also 12mm. These are the 2 bits that I'm going to make fairly thick, as you can see, because that's basically all the strains going through these 2 bits. This is the bit it's going to mount to. So what I've done, I'm going to cut this, recess them, because I also want a bit of mechanical bond as well as the weld, so I didn't want to just weld it. I'm going to cut this out so it sits down into this mount, and then I'll weld it, so at least there will be a bit of resistance from the shearing motion from the winch shearing this way, so hopefully it doesn't crack the welds, or if it does crack it, at least we'll have a bit of strength from that shearing side to side. So I've set that up there. This thing is going to sit roughly there. It's going to sit back a bit more to about there. So it's sort of going to sit. So it's going to sort of sit like that. This is going to be a shackle mount here. I'm going to drill there, and then this is going to, once it comes down here, it's going to come off back on an angle, and the bump will cup down there. This will come, we'll use some lighter gauge to come up and then fill the ends in. It'll probably be open up the top, so I can get to the free spool. Probably just come here, kick back a little bit, so I can mount some spotties. But besides that, that's how that's going to be. I'll cut these notches out of these side bits here, and I'll come back and show you what it looks like. Alright, so I've cut this plate out here and sort of made a bit of a mechanical lock. I'm trying to get it level here with the, because this chassis rail runs on a bit of a slope, sort of pushes it forward, so I've got to try and cut this on an angle to keep it level. Now I think I'm going to redesign this front a bit. I was thinking of having the shackle mounts out the front of the bar, but I think it's going to affect the approach angle just roughly. Like I'm just going off it's probably not correct, but you can see if I go off, even just off the front shackle, I should be going off the wheel, but you can see that the approach angle, you know, if we go on like that, is there, whereas if I put the shackle mount underneath here, I can sort of have the bar stop there and slap back in, and probably get the approach angle a bit better. So I think I'm going to do that. Anyway, I'll come back when I start cutting down. Alright, so I started welding up this cradle here. So that you can see here, I've put the shackle mounts down here now on each side, so it's a bit lower. Now I'm going to put a bit of 6mm along here. It's probably going to come up to about here, then I'm not sure what I'm going to do up the top. I'm just winging this as I go. The bit of 6mm that I've got, I'm going to cut and I'm going to fold a bend. So it's got about a 40mm bend back under at that angle. So what I've done, I've cut this piece here and I've just ground out a channel all the way along, and then I'm going to go put in my bodgy bender and see if I can bend an angle. Okay, so this is where I'm at. Welded all this. This is still hot, still in the process of welding. I've welded all the way along there. Welding it along there, so it's going to sit up like this. It's going to be at the front. Mounts there. Just going to finish off a few welds on the inside there. That's solid. That's not going anywhere. So I've got this bar mounted up with the winch in place roughly. So that's how it looks at the moment. It's got a little lip under there. Got the two shackle points there. Now I'm just trying to figure out what I want to do on the ends. I'm thinking I'm going to cut this back down so it levels up with this, because it's a bit above this at the moment. So it's going to come back down here, cut across. I'm thinking of cutting this on an angle, grinding this and bending this back a bit so it's not sitting out so wide here, so it sort of comes back on an angle like this. It's not, I don't want it to stick out too far out here, or so at the moment it's about 140mm past the front of the car, which is reasonable. Alright, so I'll make a final decision, cut it and see what we looks like when we come back. Alright, so this is where I'm up to. So I've sort of set it up like this on the side. So I just got this little lip. It's not going to go too far underneath. It's just here. Got to tidy it up a little bit. The welds aren't great. She's a little bit flimsy at the moment. So once I've got to cut this square and then make a bit of a return back here, and I'll put a piece in here that ties into this, and that should strengthen this bit, because at the moment it's only connected by this one piece here. So that will square it off and strengthen it up. This is I've only used like 3mm bits on the side here. I'll just use some, it's just scrap really, just some scrap piece of gouge and metal that I've used, I had laying around. Same here, I've got to clean these welds up, grind them up, same as here. But at the moment I don't think it looks too bad, so that's how it's gonna sort of look. should have just enough room underneath to sort of tap a couple of holes, fix the license plate underneath. I'm going to cut out and put some blinkers and parker lights in there, LED ones once they come, and then that's it. So I'm just gonna enclose it here, metal, probably just like up to here, where there, so it's going to come across down. Thinking about putting a little return lip just here. Let's see. So this is going to go now, roughly about there. So I'm going to enclose it. So I'm going to enclose it roughly there back, probably about the same here back, keep it even, allow me to access this and free sport. Thinking I might put just a little strip along here. Once it's in, just a little strip here, just to enclose it just a little bit. So that'll probably be it. Once I finish that and fully weld it, and come back once I've ground up everything and I'm happy, I'll come back and show you. Alright, so this is basically finished welding, and then I've got to tidy it up, clean all the welds up. But basically, let's see here, sort of box that in there, weld it along here, so cut them in. It's just got to, it's a bit hot. That's it, so just got to cut out some lights, clean it up, give it a paint, done. This is it complete. Bumper has just been painted with the KBS chassis black stuff. Some LED lights in there, the bumper, winch, and that's it. So it's all done. That's what it looks like. Alright. So all up, I think it cost me about $40 of material, not including the lights. That's it.